Carlo Imperato, and I'm also from New York City, from the Bronx. And before I was in fame, I was hanging out in the park, playing basketball, going to school, acting a little bit, you know, the average stuff in life. And now that I'm doing fame, I'm starting to get to travel around the world a little more, and I'm starting to see the similarities and differences in some of the people. And there are two main similarities tonight. First thing is that no matter where you go, everybody just can't wait for Friday night.
One, two, three, four!
Yes, that's right. A worldwide study has been conducted and the results are in. We all love Fridays. Yes, of all the days of the week, Friday came home as the clear winner. And that's what I've been saying all the time. And especially those Friday nights are so precious and absolutely the best. And thank you, Danny, for that lovely speech about Friday nights. We all agree now. We have the results. And yes, I'm just getting word here. Danny is already ready to crank things up for this Friday night. So please, Danny, take it away.
Friday night's gonna be alright. It's gonna be right. It's gonna be alright now, baby. Friday night.
Hey, hello. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Hope you're all doing really well, and happy Friday to you all. Well, you might watch this on another weekday, but it doesn't matter. It's still in that vein of a celebration of the greatest day of the week, Friday. Yeah. And thank you so much for tuning in to my channel. Out of all of these channels here on YouTube that tends to talk about music or music collecting, I'm really grateful. And today's topic is all about recently announced deluxe editions, more specifically 3 albums that getting the deluxe treatment. And I borrowed the title of this video from the great late Ian Dury as well. Reasons to be Cheerful, part, I don't know, 8 or 9, because this year has been such a great year when it comes to music releases, at least in my opinion. I've said this before. It has been amazing year, and now things are starting rounding off here. We are getting 3 great deluxe releases coming our way, and it just happens to be 3 of my favorite albums from that era, around 1984 and 1985. Superb albums. And to start off with, we have Prince and The Revolution. Yeah, no, it's not Purple Rain. It's been done and dusted. It's the follow-up album from 1985, Around the World in a Day. And I've been waiting for this one. So we're going to see what they are offering us when it comes to this deluxe edition. And then we have one of my absolute favorite bands of all time, Frankie Goes to Hollywood, of course. And their debut album, Welcome to the Pleasuredome. And then fellow Sanctum artists, Propaganda, is also celebrating because it's been 40 years since the release of their debut album, A Secret Wish. Yes, with Frankie, by the way, it's actually 41 years because it was released in 1984, but hey, who's counting? But these 2 albums, Propaganda and Prince, are celebrating 40 years since they were released. So yeah, they all getting the deluxe treatment. And it's a bit of a shame for my wallet. Being favorite albums of mine, and they all getting the deluxe treatment at the same time, basically. One is released in November, the other one's late October. So yeah, it doesn't matter really. It's going to drain your wallet if you want all of these. So what I wanted to do is to have a look what they offer us for these different deluxe editions. So we'll start out with the Prince and the Revolutions Around the World in a Day, and let's see what they have to offer us. So please follow me over to my computer. Okay, so we're on the Prince official store here, and I will start out with this free LP deluxe set, as they call it, 140 gram, £38. I don't think it's steep at all when it comes to triple LP set at all, so I think it's reasonably priced here. And as we can see, this is a pre-order item. It's ready to ship on November 21st, so not that far away. And we can also read that Bernie Grundman, who actually mastered the original album, has been involved here as well. So a new remastering has been done by Bernie Grundman, with additional mastering by Chris James, as we can see here. So I'm a bit excited for this one. I would love to hear what it sounds like, because I have the original album from 1985, and that was, of course, mastered by Bernie Grundman as well. And it sounds absolutely fantastic. So I wonder what he could have picked up on this new remastering. I'm really excited to see that. And so what we do get here for LP1 is the original album listing, of course, the classic listing. And then for LP2 and 3, it's a bonus material. So we do get Raspberry Beret, the new mix, also known as the extended remix. A really good remix. I have to say, when it comes to Prince remixes, they were always very well done, and I thoroughly enjoy them. I still have all of these 12 inches in my collection. So for me to have these on vinyl for a second time, I'm not sure, but they are remastered as well, as we can see up here. It's a 2025 remaster of these tracks as well. So I'm very tempted about these. And yeah, all of these are great tracks. She Is Always in My Hair, I think that was the B-side, right, for Raspberry Beret. And then we have Paisley Park, the remix, 2 mixes of Pop Life, which is absolutely fabulous. I love the fresh dance mix of that one. And then side E does introduce us to some of the other B-sides here, Hello and Girl, of course. And I think Girl, was that Paisley Park? I think it was, if my memory serves me right. But we do get 2 other exclusive tracks on this one. For The Tears in Your Eyes, which was part of We Are the World album that was released that same year. So it was an exclusive track for that one. And they have included this one here, along with a different version that was featured on the hits / the B-sides. I don't have that compilation, so I'm very... another tempting track just to complete my Prince around the world era, really. And then the whole side F is dedicated to America, the 12-inch version, and that is, of course, the version that goes on for nearly 22 minutes. I love that version. It's just a long jam, and I can't get enough of that one. Even after hearing it for 22 minutes, I just started all over again. A brilliant version of that one. So yeah, I am tempted for this one, but I think I will opt in for this one instead, which is the Deluxe 2 CD edition, because we do get the new remastering, of course, on this one as well, and it's the same track listing as on the LP. So on the second CD, as you can see here, we do get all the mixes. I think I will go for this one because, like I said, I have all the 12-inch singles already, but I don't have them on CD. So this is a perfect opportunity to just pop in the CD and listen to all the mixes in one go. Well, of course, we do have America, the 12-inch version, crammed in on CD1 here because of the length of it. They had to use it as a bonus track on that one. And I do think we could order this one as a single CD as well. Yeah, here we go. So if you're not interested really in all those mixes, you could get the original album also in its remastered version here. And you do get the excellent America 12-inch version as well as a bonus track. So there is those options. But I think I would opt in for the 2 CD one. And then we also have the picture disc, of course, which is absolutely gorgeous there with that Paisley Park font all over one of the sides. We don't get to see what the other side looks like. Perhaps it's just the same, but we can see that there is an insert with all the lyrics here as well, and some credits, I believe. But it looks absolutely stunning, doesn't it? It is, but I don't think I will go for it. I love this album, but it's too many copies, really, of the same thing. And this one as well, absolutely gorgeous. It's just a standalone single LP version. You get the original album on a blue marbled 140 gram. Absolutely stunning stuff. I love it. But I have to say, when it comes to accessories, or what should we call it, clothing, souvenirs, really, because we are on a trip around the world in a day, so we can call these souvenirs. So, of course, we have all the different iterations of the album here. But we do get some nice apparel here, or clothing. So we do have this one, for example. I love this one, the hoodie, with that inner lining on it here. On the inside you get that gatefold cover, basically, on the inside of it. And then on the back we have this wonderful Paisley Park kind of font here, around the world in a day. I love this one, but I can't justify buying it for £91. £91. Wow, I know it's expensive when it comes to things like this, but hey, whew. It's steep. And some lovely t-shirts here. Raspberry Beret one, I love that one. And a mug. You need a mug when you're traveling around the world. And some stickers to put on perhaps your computer, as I shown here. And this one, it's a lovely, lovely t-shirt with that cloudy background and the balloon boy there from the original sticker that was on the front cover of the original album. That was him announcing what the title of the album was. And I love this one. On the back we do have the original track listing as well. Really, really nicely done. I think it looks great. So this one I could go for. It's £31. That's usually what you have to pay for t-shirts from any artist store. And another Raspberry Beret, another woman's t-shirt. Looks really good as well. I don't know what it says on the back there. It says Raspberry Beret. Oh yeah, it produced, arranged, composed and performed by Prince and the Revolution. That's a really nice one. And then some more stickers, of course. And we do have yet another cool t-shirt here with the parts of the cover on it. Looks really good. I would love to see the back of it, but it's probably just blue. Who knows? More mugs. This one I really liked as well. The long-sleeved shirt. Love it. Around the world in a day on the sleeve. You got the Prince and Revolution logo on the front. And that's the back. Yeah, so you do get Around the World in a Day there in the same font. Yeah, it's really nice. Another one, it's not too bad. I mean, a long sleeve shirt for £38. That's usually what you have to pay for things like that. And then we have this one with the balloon boy again. It's just a white iteration of it. You do get the track listing on the back, another cloud sticker, and I think this is the quirkiest one of them all. It's a hardcover suitcase, as you can see here, where it says Around the World in a Day. It's absolutely lovely. And of course, we do need a suitcase if we're going to travel around the world in a day. But once again, £136 for that one. I know it is a suitcase, so you have to pay for it. But yeah, I'll skip that one. But I love it. I love it. And I also love this t-shirt, the America single cover. Really, really nice stuff. So I think overall they offering quite a lot of nice stuff here. But when it comes to the album itself, the deluxe edition, I think it's nice that they included a new remastered version of the album. They include all these extra tracks here from the 12-inch singles. But they can do so much better. We know that. So a part of me is really disappointed in this one, because we know, for example, that the title track Around the World in a Day exists in at least 4 different versions in that vault, the Prince vault, right? So I'd love to see them. And there's probably other things as well recorded around this era as well, some perhaps some nice demos and things like that, I'm pretty sure, and that's really what I expected from this. So yes, I'm a bit disappointed in this one, because they could have done so much more. Yes, that was Around the World in a Day, and we're going to swiftly move over to the next deluxe edition. It's actually a box set from Frankie Goes to Hollywood, celebrating their album Welcome to the Pleasuredome. So let's see what they can offer us from the Pleasuredome that we haven't had before. Okay, I'm on the excellent Super Deluxe Edition website for this one. If you haven't checked this one out, I highly recommend you do so. They have a lot of information about their own releases and upcoming releases for any artist, really. A treasure trove of information. So here we can read about Frankie Goes to Hollywood, Welcome to the Pleasuredome reissue. It's a deluxe 7 CD plus a Blu-ray, so 8 discs. And we can also see that they have an SDE exclusive Blu-ray and more. Yeah. So there is even more. So let's scroll down. We can read that Steven Wilson had contributed a Dolby Atmos mix, as well as a stereo and a 5.1 mixes for the Blu-ray for this one. And the booklet has been designed by Philip Marshall with rare photos and memorabilia, including a timeline of the band's rise to fame. So it sounds really, really good. And it also mentions something around what we read just a couple of seconds ago around the SDE exclusive Blu-ray. It's not the same Blu-ray that's included in the box set that you can pre-order. Now, this one replicates the box set Blu-ray and adds exclusive content, including instrumental versions of the album in Atmos 5.1 and stereo as well. So we do get different mixes there. And a unique 12-inch stereo mix of a song, Welcome to the Pleasuredome, called the Supernova Mix, created by Steven Wilson. This runs for exactly 30 minutes. And that I'm really intrigued by, because I just have to say it, I don't have a Atmos setup here. I don't even have a 5.1 setup. I have a normal stereo setup here. So that's why I didn't pre-order the SDE exclusive Blu-ray, because there's no point of it. I can't really listen to it the way it was intended to being listened to. But I am intrigued about that 30-minute Welcome to the Pleasuredome mix for sure. But it does say it's exclusive to this Blu-ray, which is a shame. It should have been on the normal one as well. And here we can see the cover of the SDE Surround series that they have. They release so many different albums in this Atmos remix series. And I'm a bit excited about see what Steven Wilson can do with this album for sure. It is mixed to perfection in my opinion to begin with, but hey, perhaps he can lift things that we didn't hear before. Yeah. So here we do get this is let's see here. If we minimize this one, here we go. So what I'm really curious about, and the one that I pre-ordered, is the 7 CD Blu-ray one. And as you can see, they also have a 2 CD deluxe edition and a 2 LP version, and we will have a quick look at them. But let's expand the 7 CD. And they have put these in really nice sections here. So as you can see, CD1, for example, is the sessions demos. And these are demos that have never been officially released before. So Relax in Heaven, that the Arista demo, Two Tribes, once again, the Arista demos, and we can see the recording dates here. Love Has Got a Gun, which I think is out for pre-listening at this time of recording. recording this one. And then Junk Funk as well, another demo from 1982. So all of these are from 1982, before they were contracted by Sang Tum Tum. So really nice stuff. And we also get the Peel sessions from 1982 with Two Tribes, The World Is My Oyster, Crisco, Kisses, and Disneyland. And along with that, the Kid Jensen sessions as well from 1983. And another Peel session from 1983 as well, with a different track listing. So you can see a lot of these tracks that ended up on the album, they already had on their repertoire. It was nothing that they came up with at the last minute just to fill out a double album, really. No, they had these. So I'm really, really looking forward to this first CD, which is called Sessions/Demos. And then previously unreleased. I just read what it said on there. It says previously unreleased here on most of them. As you can see, there's this asterisk after all of them. It's just Get It On that has actually been released at a later point. And then CD2 is Relax plus the B-sides. So we do get the rough mix, for example. Relax, the album, I assume that's the album mix of it, and the Party Trick, of course, the US mix. There's so many iterations here, and Ferry Cross and Mercy, of course, was an excellent cover done by them for Relax, the B-side of Relax. And we get, this is a confusing part here, Relax with New Fairlight and DMX rough mix. I'm pretty sure that one is released under another name somewhere, but I could be wrong. This is Sang Tum Tum we're talking about. The whole thing about Sang Tum Tum was to confuse the audience and make them buy even more. Here's another 12-inch, and here's another one. Just buy it. There's so many inches when it comes to Relax, really. And then the same repeats for CD3. We got Two Tribes with the B-sides. And here's a lot of the things from Keep the Peace intro, for example, is from the cassette single. I was lost for words there. Then we have other things here like Two Tribes at Madison Square Garden, The Carnage, and The Annihilation as well. So I wonder, is that medley, the mix that was done for the cassette single as well? I can't really even remember. There's so many mixes here. But yeah, and we also get the outro. So I think from number 4 to number 7 is the cassette single, if I'm not misremembering things here. We Don't Want to Die, Two Tribes is a 7-inch at least, and then we got the Hibakusha mix as well, which was I think the third 12-inch from Two Tribes. Yeah, so a lot of Two Tribes there, and we have to move on here. I can't mention every single track here, so much. So the fourth CD, as you can see, is called From the Vaults of Blue Hell, which is focusing on the album itself. So which we get in a longer version here, which was one of the shorter tracks leading into the main track, Welcome to the Pleasuredome. So as you can see, it's an early 12-inch version and so forth and so on. So this is all from the album itself, different takes of the different songs. And then we have The Power of Love plus the B-sides, and there's a lot of things here to go through. So like I said, I won't mention every single one here, but everything with an asterisk like we have up here are previously unreleased. And you can see there's just a couple of things here. The last 3 tracks here are rehearsals from Europa A Go-Go rehearsals. So those are really interesting as well. I heard the live versions from Europe Go-Go before, but not the rehearsals, of course. So that's interesting. And then we have the single Welcome to the Pleasuredomes plus the B-sides. A lot of stuff here as well. But as you can see, all previously released. There's nothing previously unreleased in this one, at least. And then we have the main album with the proper running order and the proper versions. No Happy High here. I'm not a fan of that one. And then we have the Blu-ray, which you can see is a Steven Wilson Dolby Atmos. We do get the 5.1 as well, and the stereo mixes of the album. So, and we also get the original stereo mix of Welcome to the Pleasuredome as well. And bonus tracks on this one is Fairy, Relax, War, The World Is My Oyster, Happy High, oh wow, it crept in, and Disneyland. Yeah, so we do get a lot of bonus stuff on this one, and I'm really, really anxious to hear. Anxious? Do you say that? Really anxious? But I'm really looking forward to listening to the Steven Wilson Dolby, not the Dolby Atmos, but the stereo mix that he did. And then the 2 CD version, really quick, the original album, and then there is a mishmash of everything that we had on the previous discs on the box set. We do get some highlights here from every single disc. So if you don't want to spend £100 or over that on the box set, you could still get some pretty rare stuff here, sorted stuff. And the 2 LP one is just the normal album, the original album, but in a Steven Wilson stereo mix as well. And this one I have so many copies of Welcome to the Pleasuredome, but this one, if I really like what Steven Wilson did with this album when it comes to the mixing, I would consider picking this one up as well, the 2 LP one. Pretty interesting stuff, yeah. So besides the Dolby Atmos stuff, because I can't listen to it, and the 5.1 mixes, I'm really looking forward to listen to this one. And there is quite a lot of unreleased stuff on this one. I have a lot of compilations from Frankie from, I think, starting in 2010 and going forward, where we got a lot of unreleased stuff as well. And most of it is included on these discs as well, but we do get some stuff that we haven't heard before, mainly the demos for the first time officially released. So yeah, a good one. And like I said, I already pre-ordered this one. It's a no-brainer for me, this one. And fellow band Propaganda, also on the Sanctum Tum label, originally in 1985. Debut album, Secret Wish. Let's have a look at that one as well, because it's yet another box set which promises a lot of rare tracks, perhaps some unreleased tracks. Who knows? We're gonna have a look at this one right now. I am back on the Super Deluxe Edition website here to read more about the Propaganda A Secret Wish Deluxe set. But we are first met with the exclusive for SDE, and that is the Blu-ray. That is similar to what we just looked at when it comes to Frankie Goes to Hollywood, of course. So if we scroll down here, we can read a little bit more about Propaganda, of course, but we can also read that the album was rebuilt for Dolby Atmos from the multitrack tapes by David Kosten. Yeah, so he's done a couple of other Atmos remixes before. Of course, I can't name anything on top of my head, but I have heard his name being included on other albums that he's been working on as well. So I'm sure that this is a great one. And as you can see here, we got a summary. So we get the Secret Wish, the 2025 Atmos mix, along with the 5.1 mix, the stereo mix, and the binaural mix as well. Those are for headphones, as we can see here. And I think that kind of technology to listen to Atmos mixes through headphones, at least what I'm familiar with, is from Apple with their buds and everything else that they have released. And probably other brands as well, but that's the first thing that comes into my mind when reading this. And we also get instrumental mixes, which are exclusive, I think, for this release, along with the 5.1 instrumental mixes, stereo mixes, instrumental mixes, and binaural mixes for the instrumental mixes. There's so many different mixes, and we do get a stereo mix for the vinyl version and one for the CD version, and I'm going to explain exactly what that is when we go further down here. But I just wanted you to see the summary of this Blu-ray release if you're interested in that. Once again, I don't have a 5.1 setup here. I don't have an Atmos setup at all. So I am not opting in for this release. And I think it's actually sold out anyway. But hey, the one that I'm really interested in is this 6 CD box set, as we can see a picture of here. Really nicely packaged. And once again, we can read here that the 6 CD box set was compiled and curated by Sang Tum Tum expert Ian Peel. Yeah, Ian Peel's been around this game for the longest time. A fountain of knowledge when it comes to Sang Tum Tum. And he's been curating a previous, I would say, a deluxe edition. I think it came out in 2010 of A Secret Wish as well. It was a CD set with some unreleased mixes, and we got both the analog and digital version as well. And as promised, I will come to that in a couple of seconds. But Ian Peel has done some magnificent work when it comes to different compilations and special editions for both Propaganda, Frankie, and other Sang Tum Tum artists throughout the years. So now let's scroll down to what's really important. I'm going to minimize that, and we go into the 6 CD box set. So in contrast to the Frankie box set, this box set doesn't have a Blu-ray in it. So if you want the Atmos mixes, you have to buy it from SD shop, if it's still available, that is. But the 6 CD box set is as follows. As we can see, CD 1 is called Secret, which is Propaganda's analog sequence. And this is where the differences comes in, because we can see also on this CD, CD 1, we have a Steven Lipson, which was the producer of this album, his digital variation. And yeah, this is Sang Tum Tum we're talking about. So when they cut the album in 1985 on vinyl, which is the analog sequence, some of these tracks had different running times. So Dream Within a Dream, I think, was around 8 minutes. And when it was released on CD a bit later on, Dream Within a Dream all of a sudden became longer. I think it was a bit over a minute longer than on the vinyl version. So when they sat down to cut the tracks for the CD, they remixed them, you could say. So there are differences between the vinyl version and the CD version, but not all the tracks. As you can see here, that we have 9 tracks on the original album, and we do get 6 of them for the digital variation one, and those are the tracks that differs from the vinyl version. So that's why we have a vinyl version and a CD version of A Secret Wish. They do have different mixes on them for these tracks, at least. And then we go into CD2, which is called Stahlnitz, and this kicks off with Disturbedance 1. And the Disturbedance, the name, I don't know if I'm even pronouncing it right. I can't even speak today. But yeah, it was part of the Wishful Thinking. It was a remix album made by Paul Morley after the fact. After they released The Secret Wish, there was a remix album. And they were called Disturbedances. Disturbedances. Yeah, something like that. And here we get some unreleased mixes, some, I assume, different mixes from that Wishful Thinking sessions, mixes that weren't released at the time, but iterations of the different tracks for sure. And like I said, some unreleased stuff here as well. And then we go into CD3, which I really appreciate. They are calling it Singlet, and Singlet was the cassette singles that Sanctum Tam released. So we do get The 9 Lives of Dr. Mabuse, Do Well, which is a Jewel, and Jewel. Yeah, that was that cassette single, and Complete Machinery as well, of course. So that's P Machinery, all in their cassetted versions, or the singlets as they call them. And I really appreciate this, all compiled on one CD. And then CD4 is called Series, and the series is basically 12 inches released from the singles, the 12-inch singles. Basically what we got here. And we do get some unreleased stuff here as well that wasn't released at the time in 1985, that is. Sorry for Laughing, for example. And we have I think the Beta Testament 7 was unreleased as well. There's a lot of unreleased tracks here, and as I go through this, just like with the Frankie one, it's a jungle, because they all have different names, and it could be equivalent to a mix that's already been released or not been released. It's an upside down world. We're truly down the rabbit hole when it comes to Sanctum Tam releases. But these are some of, if not all of the 12 inches, along with some unreleased 12 inches at the time. And then we go to CD5, which is called Studio. And this, as I can see, has a lot of outtakes, things that weren't used and released at the time as well, and some that were released at the time. So I think Lied, number 12 here, and number 13, Lied and Lesson, that is the double 7-inch of Jewel that was released. I got that one in my collection. I'm pretty sure it was called Lied and the Lesson. And then we get some other mixes here, of course, as well. And the sixth and final CD here is called Some Kind of Single. And they are alluding to mainly Dr. Mabuse, as we can see, as second track here, which is called Some Kind of Wonderful. It was used in that film of the same name, Some Kind of Wonderful, in the 80s. And apparently there was a different mix of Mabuse done for that movie. And that goes for Jewel, as we can see, Top of the Pops mix here. Of course, they did a different mix for their performance on Top of the Pops. And then we have some more Disturbedance mixes here as well, along with some video mixes used in the videos, of course, as Dr. Mabuse and P Machinery. So it's a really good compilation, I have to say. I'm not certain because I haven't checked, but I'm pretty sure that I have all these tracks on different compilations and special editions that was released throughout the years. But this is a good way to compile it all in one box set. I think that is the thinking when they did this box set for sure. So 6 great CDs with great content on them, of course, all stemming from the album A Secret Wish. Highly recommend this one. I haven't made up my mind yet if I'm gonna pre-order this one, because I probably, like I said, have all of these. But there could be a track or two here and there that I don't have, because some of them were released as Record Store Day exclusive ones, and I don't have all of those. So I think this is a good way to have it all in one place, in one box set. 3 great albums from 3 great artists being reissued in a deluxe form. And it's a mixed bag of emotions, really, for me when it comes to these ones. If you watch this whole video, you could tell my disappointment when it comes to Prince and Revolution and Around the World in a Day. This is an album that I anticipated a deluxe edition for years. And when we do get it, it's basically all the 12-inch mixes and the non-album tracks from that era. on one disc, and then we get a new remastering of the album itself. And that's great, I think, but we know that they can do so much better. Is it called the Prince Estate? They have access to this Prince Vault with all the different demo recordings and other recordings that he's done over the years. And we know that they could put out a good box set as well. We've seen that with 1999, for example, and we've seen that not just recently with Diamonds and Pearls. Excellent box sets with loads of material, extra material and things like that. But for this one, they went down the slimmer route, really, and that is my disappointment. But I do think this is a great way for people to discover more from this era of Prince, because if you love the album, you could still buy it here, and you do get all the mixes as well that was associated with this one, and especially that America remix or 12-inch mix, 21-minute long mix. Absolutely stunning work. Yeah, it's a bit of a mixed bag here, and that goes for the two box sets as well. And that is me talking as a big fan, because I have a lot of Frankie records and Propaganda records in my record collection already. And over the years, I bought compilations that had rare tracks on them, and we can see them recycling that here as well. But in fairness, we do get a lot of unreleased tracks here as well, at least officially released tracks, like the demos from the Frankie one and some other mixes on the Propaganda. But it's not a gateway kind of box set we're talking about here, if any box set could be a gateway, really, because I'm talking about people who are not that familiar with them but are curious about Frankie or Propaganda. I don't think they would spend £100 or over £100 just to get a box set from either of them. No, there are simpler ways, and they've done that as well, because you could buy just the album on its own for both of them, so you don't have to get the box sets here. So yeah, this is aimed towards the collectors, and that's why I am so surprised that we do get a lot of recycled material here as well, because well, I would say most fans have already picked up on the compilations released throughout the years. But who knows? Most of those compilations are already out of print, so they are hard to get, and you started getting into Propaganda of Frankie at a later point. Yeah, this is a no-brainer then, I think. It's a good collection of mixes, and of course the albums itself. So, yeah. But that's me, rant over. I want to hear from you guys now. What are your thoughts about these albums? Is there a favorite, or are you not that familiar with them? I want to hear all your opinions down in the comments. So let's get that discussion going and continued down in the comments. I would love that. Yeah, but that's me for this Friday, talking about some upcoming albums that will, if I decide to invest in them, drain my wallet for sure. I will probably live on water and stale bread for the rest of the year. Yeah. It's an expensive hobby. It really is. Yeah, but that's it for me. I will be back next Friday. That's a certain. I will try to actually record another video and squeeze that in before next Friday, but I can't promise you anything. My only promise is that I'm going to be back next Friday. The topic is not set yet. You just have to tune in to experience it. Yeah. But huge thank you also to all my subscribers. You are very, very near and dear to me. And if you haven't subscribed and you're watching, you are also near and dear to me. But not as much as my subscribers, because they are the ones really lifting me up, motivating me. And you could do the same. Just click that subscribe button. It will help with the motivation and a small channel like mine. Yeah. But anyhow, until next time, you all take care of yourself, you stay cool, you keep listening to that music, and we will let Danny sing us off for this Friday, as usual. But before that, I want to give you a big heartfelt adieu.
Movie rolls on, there ain't no more love scenes, the romance is gone. But it's a one-man show, it's moving real slow, but it's picking up speed as I'm turning the key. Coming up, coming up, coming up.